What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is on this absolute unicorn of a Miata. It is a 2001 Mazda Miata in British Racing Green. This vehicle only has 60,000 miles and it's been sitting at this body shop for about 2.5 years now, and I've been trying to buy this car every single week since. They have yet to sell it to me, but today we finally agreed on a price. So without further ado, here's my 2001 Mazda Miata. Taking a look around this Miata, and as you guys can see, is absolutely covered in a thick layer of dust, and that's because it sat at a body shop for the last 2.5 years. It sat at the very back and no one has touched it. So yeah, it has accumulated a ton of dirt and dust. But in today's video, we're going to transform this beautiful Mazda Miata back to its factory condition. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel with your notification turned on. I post brand new videos every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get this Miata back to the shop and start on this detail. It's been 2 years in the making. Oh yeah, always get this dusty girl on back to the shop. I can't see! Keep going. And as you guys seen, just by driving the Miata took care of a lot of the dust, but we're gonna go ahead and get this entire vehicle sprayed down with a pressure washer, get all the loose dirt and dust removed, and then I can move on to cleaning the engine bay. So starting up this engine bay, I'm covering up the air filter with a plastic bag. Honestly, I wish the factory air box was on here, but there's nothing I can do about that. Then I'm simply spraying off all the loose dirt and grime with our pressure washer. Then I'll use our Extreme APC and a variety of brushes to make sure I get in all the tight cracks and crevices. And then I'll simply spray it off with the pressure washer. And if you guys are wondering, yes, it's safe to clean your engine bay this way. I've done thousands of vehicles, and it's honestly the only way to actually deep clean an engine bay 100%. So if you are scared to do it, then honestly you don't have to, but like I said, I've done thousands of cars this way and I've never had an issue. And moving on to cleaning the wheels, I'm using our Extreme APC on the tires and fender wells. And for the wheels, I'm using my M.A.D detailing iron eraser along with multiple different brushes so I can make sure I get every inch of this wheel and tire 100% clean. I know you guys are probably wondering, how does this car still run after 2.5 years? And honestly, the owners of the body shop still took care of the car. They still started it up and would drive it from time to time. But other than that, it just sat at the back of the body shop. So no, I didn't just buy a car that's just been sitting, because 9 times out of 10, for sitting for that long, it would just have bad gas. It would need a battery. It probably wouldn't start. So yeah, luckily they did take care of the car other than, you know, washing it. But yeah, luckily they did, because if not, I would have a lot more work on my hands than just detailing it. So moving on to cleaning the convertible top, I'm using our Extreme APC, but it's extremely diluted. I think it's less than 10:1. But then I'm using a stiff brush and I'm barely lightly going over it. I'm not using any pressure at all. And then I'm simply spraying it off with a pressure washer. Now moving on to cleaning the paint, I'm using our M.A.D detailing super blue soap in a foam cannon. I'm going to foam the entire vehicle down. Then I'm going to take a soft detail brush and get into all the tight cracks and crevices. I will get the vehicle sprayed off, and then I'll foam it down once again. And then I'll give it a nice hand wash with a soft microfiber wash mitt. And honestly, it's super funny because I was over here being super careful, you know, doing a 2-bucket method. And wait till you guys see how bad this paint is. Like, the amount of swirls and scratches that's on this car, it's honestly pretty mind-blowing, but don't worry, we get those removed later on in the video. So what I'm using now is our M.A.D detailing iron eraser, and that's going to loosen and remove all the deeply embedded contaminants such as rail dust and brake dust out of the clear coat. So thankfully, when this car was parked, it didn't have the top down or the windows down, because I've done a Miata from them in the past and they left the top down and the inside was absolutely covered in that thick dust. So thankfully this was not, so the interior was not bad at all. So first I started removing all the loose trash and debris. Then I'm simply giving the carpet a nice pre-vacuum before moving on to cleaning the seats. So moving on to cleaning the leather seats, I'm using our M.A.D detailing leather cleaner in a leather cleaning brush. And if you guys are wondering why I'm not using steam, these seats really didn't need it, and steam can actually damage old seats. So honestly, when you're working on old leather, it's better to be safe than sorry, and honestly, they didn't need it at all. So using steam would have just been pointless. So after getting the seats thoroughly cleaned, I'm now using our M.A.D detailing leather conditioner, and that's going to restore these seats back to their factory finish and not leave behind a greasy film. If you guys would like to try this product or any of our products, you guys can head over to www.maddetailingusa.com. You also can shop down below with Shopify directly on YouTube, and you don't have to leave the platform. And moving on to cleaning the interior panels, I'm using our M.A.D detailing M.A.D Clean all-purpose cleaner in a soft detail brush. And I'm also going to be using our compressed air to make sure I blow out all the tight cracks and crevices that the product might be hiding in. So if any of you know exactly what this car is, you would know exactly what it's missing in this frame, and it's very expensive. And it's the wood grain OEM shift knob. It's a 6-speed shift knob, and it's, I guess someone stole it, but honestly I'm kind of butthurt because it's super hard to find. I've been trying to find one. I found a couple on eBay, but they're like $400 or $500 and they're in really bad condition. So if any of you guys know where I can find one, please shoot me a message on Instagram at M.A.D Detailing USA. It would be greatly appreciated, and it would help me out a lot because I can't find this shift knob anywhere. So moving on to the carpet extraction, I'm using our M.A.D Clean as a cleaner, followed by a Milwaukee drill with a drill brush attachment. And for the extractor, I'm using my Mighty HP60 hot water extractor. And honestly, please don't use M.A.D Clean as a carpet extraction. It is a super foamy formula, but I used a tiny amount. So if you're gonna use it, use a tiny amount, but I would recommend using our M.A.D Detailing Extreme APC, because if you use too much of the M.A.D Clean, you'll be sitting there trying to extract foam for days. And to protect these panels, we're now using our M.A.D Detailing Ceramic Interior Detailer. And as you guys will see, it will self-level itself back to like a brand new look. It's not gonna be greasy, but it's not gonna be too matte. It's almost just like a brand new look and feel. Before I can do any type of paint correction, I need to clay bar the entire car. And for this, I'm using our M.A.D Detailing Clay Lube and a synthetic clay bar. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is years and years of improper washing and drying, whether that was through a automatic car wash or just washing it at home with a rake and drying it with a sock. I don't know, but as you guys know, here at M.A.D Detailing, there's no way we're gonna leave the paint like this. Like, it is in rough shape. And honestly, this is my car, so I wouldn't drive this. But personally, even if this was a customer's car and they weren't paying me, I couldn't let a car leave my shop like this. So the first part of this correction, I'm using a Rupes 21 polisher. I'm using a microfiber cutting pad, and I'm using Car Pro Clear Cut compound. And that's because I need the toughest compound I have. And right now I'm using a blue polishing pad made by Gion, and I'm using Sonex Perfect Finish. And I'm just doing a test pot to see what kind of results we can get, because this paint is it's pretty bad. And as you guys see right here, well, hold on, let me wipe it off. One second. All right, so as you guys see right here, this is the super swirled side, and this is after that. There's still a few scratches that I'm gonna go back through later on in the video and touch up, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm gonna continue with that same method throughout the entire vehicle. And one thing that I don't show is I'm blowing out my pad after every single pass. And honestly, I have to do quite a few on this entire car. And I think I went through about 6 or 7 pads. You don't have to buy brand new pads. You don't have to like throw them out. If you swap out your pads often, they will last a lot longer, because over time, if you're just using the same pad, you know, and not blowing it out, not only are you just, you know, smearing around compound and your pad's just dunked up and not cutting anymore, but it gets so hot that it'll actually delaminate. So if you're cleaning out your pad frequently and changing it out with a fresh clean pad, you will save money in the long run and you'll get better results. So whenever you're doing your cutting stage, don't worry about the micro marring that you're leaving behind. Only look for the deep scratches that you need to get out, because that's when the polishing is going to come in play. So anytime you're doing a paint correction and you're like looking at it after you buff the entire car with inspection light, and you're like, oh, there's hazing. There's going to be hazing every single time. That's because you're using a very aggressive method. Don't worry, just worry about getting the deep swirls and scratches, and worry about getting out the micro marring and the slight hazing later on when you're doing the polishing. So I know I'll probably get some comments of people asking if I'm gonna sell this car. Honestly, I haven't really decided yet. If anybody is interested in purchasing this Miata, go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram at maddetailingusa.com. I'm not against selling it, I'm just not exactly sure, but for the right price, I would definitely let it go. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram and maybe we can work out a deal. So if you guys are wondering why there's like these black lines that are, you know, going throughout the screen right now, and it's been happening the whole entire video, and that's because I forgot to change the shutter speed on my camera. I am by no means a professional, you know, photographer or videographer, whatever you want to call it. I'm a professional detailer. So yeah, I'm not perfect, but once again, I just want to apologize for that because I'm watching it now and it's bothering me. So I know it's probably bothering you guys, and I'm sorry, and it won't happen again. So normally after an extensive paint correction like this, I would do a full ceramic coating, but this car does have a bunch of little dents on it. So I'm gonna have that taken care of with a PDR guy, and there are some rock chips that I want to touch up. So for now, I'm just using our M.A.D detailing ceramic spray sealant. This spray sealant does have a 30% SiO2. and if installed properly, it will last up to 12 months.